Hello, Facebook, and everybody who is joining me tonight. Oh my God, I'm super stoked. It has been a fantastic, wonderful night actually here at Vintage Whiskey and Cigar Bar, which they actually had a dinner, which was tasty, immediately. I don't even know how to explain it because I'm full, I'm happy, and they even had a pairing with wine and bourbon, although I did not drink much of the bourbon, but I am drinking it now. Well, at least they poured me a glass. Angel's Envy. If you guys don't know Angel's Envy, let's just pretend like the story goes along with the Angel Share. Do you know the Angel Share? I hope that you do, because if you're following me, I really hope that you understand that, right? So anyways, I am super stoked to be here, super stoked to be able to have Giannis, as well as a lot of other people that I've been able to meet who have totally tickled my feathers. I mean, don't get too excited about that, but we're gonna go with it. So yes, I'm so happy about this. So anyways, we have a great night, a great interview set with all of you guys. I hope that you guys can, I'm pretty sure you guys can all see me. Unfortunately, I can't quite see you as closely, but I'm loving it. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my cigar with my Davidoff cutter that you all will want. This is what I'm saying. Go ahead, hit the button. I got a camera guy over here. He's making this stuff happen. Work it. I'm just kidding. So anyways, definitely we're having a good time. I've met amazing people here in Charlotte, and I'm definitely excited to be able to have you guys understand how much awesome things are going on in Charlotte, and especially the Cigar Lounge and the people that are behind it. I mean, I've met so many friends, and I'm super stoked to be able to meet many more. And I'm just really happy to be here. So I hope that you guys are all ready to be able to get in. So I'm going to go ahead and let my guests come in. You can sit here or there. Doesn't matter. You can push that bag out of the way. All right. So you guys, I have Giannis. Is it Giannis, right?
Giannis is correct. Yeah.
Oh my God, I got it right. I really was worried about that.
Like the basketball player. That's what people say now, because they would know that. Before, it was always like, how do you spell it? Giannis, Johnny. And now since the NBA player, he made my name famous, now everybody knows Giannis.
You know what? I would have never known that because I don't really know the NBA player. So what team does he play for?
The Milwaukee Bucks.
You know what?
He plays for the Greek national team, my man. He was born in Greece.
You got to sit back a little bit so that you can stay in camera.
Zoom.
Yeah, relax. We're going to be all good. Now, let me ask you a question. What are you smoking? Did you follow my lead? Are you following into my?
How can I not be on this show?
Are you falling into my spell that I just
Only Fuente is Fuente. I'll say that. Right. Much love to all the people that are here this weekend. But
dude,
if I'm on your show, I have to smoke a Fuente.
I love it that you're. First of all, I love it that you're on my show. I mean, you have been so welcoming. The fact that I came in, I walked in, you were surprised.
Escape the hurricane, right?
Well, yes.
She loved it so much she moved here.
Right? Charlotte is kind of very inviting. And you were inviting, not to mention that every other cigar lounge around here is pretty awesome. You guys have definitely a good culture going on. But first of all, let's talk about you and your cigar lounge. So I walked in and I'm like, hey, let me go ahead and get to know you guys. And you walked out and you're like, oh.
I know you.
That's all I wanted you to say. Okay, next. I'm kidding.
No, it was a big surprise to have you. That a couple weeks ago, the week of the hurricane, and I'm happy that you're here for this event. We had to postpone, and it's exciting, and I'm looking forward to everything we have coming up in the next couple of days and what we did tonight. And it's amazing to be amongst legends and friends.
Absolutely. But not only that, I got to give you some accolades. First of all, this place is gorgeous. This place is very upscale. It is got I mean, your girls are very knowledgeable. Not only that, in my opinion, when you walk into a cigar lounge, the number one thing that I really, really want to see is knowledgeable people to be able to educate the cigar smokers, because the more cigar smokers that we have in our industry, the more that we're going to flourish.
So, I mean, as someone who's been smoking cigars for, what, 20 years now, it can be intimidating.
Does that mean you? Does you?
Yes. That was 18 years old. It can be very intimidating. And so it's amazing for me to see so many women coming into the industry, both on the family side, you know, from the Raquel Quesadas to the Fuente daughters to I can name them all night, but
Padron,
Padron's
everything.
kids. So like there was a new wave.
Marifel, even sister, yeah, she's in the industry now.
A new wave from like your old grandpa's cigar shop, smoking lounge. You go and have to take a bath before you get in your house. So what we've created and places have evolved, and cigar smoking has evolved to.
Yeah.
Where you can now have a coffee, a spirit, a wine, a cigar, conversation. I've always felt that this is the only equalizer amongst, we used to say men, but amongst everyone now. You know, I cigars might be the only industry where you can have somebody like you, somebody like me, you know, someone as famous as an NBA player, an NFL player hanging out.
Well, you're saying I'm not famous enough?
You're famous in the cigar world.
Just kidding.
But I mean, just in general, you know, a billionaire, you know, a plumber, everybody comes together and then smokes a cigar and enjoys it, because that's like the camaraderie and the way people communicate and share and express themselves and find a way to relax.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. And not only that, but you know what I was told whenever I got into this industry? I actually ran away from the dental industry, and my partner, he started Aspen Dental. So I was actually in quite a good situation.
Yeah.
But he said, you know what, Mel, I think you're doing good, because every great deal goes down in a cigar lounge.
That's true.
And I think that if I'm going to bring somebody to a place where I really want to make a lot of money, it's going to be a place like this.
So we used to say that the golf course is where people do business back in the day.
Yeah.
But now it's in a cigar lounge.
Nobody likes to walk around
sitting in this conference room we're sitting in. I mean, I've seen some very fascinating and interesting people at this table over the course of, you know, a year and 9 months.
What's the most fascinating conversation that you've had at this table? There is a table behind us, guys, just in case you don't realize it.
So a couple of things I can't disclose because of some people that were here.
That means it's really important.
Yeah, but this one specific scenario I can't talk about. So I had a group of Army Rangers who were here after they got home from Afghanistan, 8 guys. And they had lost one, so there was 9 of them. They lost one in Afghanistan.
Aww.
So they came here for their
thank you
gathering.
for his service.
We put together a cigar pairing bourbon night. And at the time, I didn't realize who Norm Hooten was of Hooten and Young Bourbon, who's the man that Black Hawk Down the movie was made after.
Wow.
And so I had Norm Hooten on the Zoom talking to these 8 gentlemen about his bourbon and his cigar brand. And I had 8 grown men in tears thanking me that they were able to have a moment with their hero.
Wow.
And once I realized that was probably one of the most special moments I've ever seen in this room. That I can talk about. I can't talk about the other.
All right.
I've seen some big contracts signed on this table, though.
Well, that's pretty freaking amazing by itself. I think that you've already hit the nail on the head. Okay, now just wipe away your tears, guys. Okay, like, thank you for your service. Thank you for their service.
So, like, when I get a chance to work from this room, every meeting or rep meeting or planning that we do for events, we always come in this room. We smoke cigars when I meet with people, vendors, etc. And I just love being a part of. Like, I love being out there with the energy and the music and the patio. But like in here, this is for me. This is where I live. Like, I always call this is my office. This is so if I'm here, I'm usually back here.
Nice.
There's like, oh, where's Giannis? Giannis is in his office. He's back.
Oh yeah, that's where you were whenever I actually came in the room. And then you walked out, and you're like, oh, that girl. You're like, oh my God, can she go away now? Just kidding. All right, so I heard that there were some interesting backgrounds to this building. Maybe that Michael Jordan had some input or association with this building.
Yeah, so in the early 90s, Michael Jordan's father, which,
You know what? First of all,
unbeknownst to me,
I love you.
yes,
Hold on one second. Let's tell everybody where you are located, first of all. So that way
in
they
Charlotte, North Carolina,
Charlotte, North Carolina.
in the mouth of Dilworth and South End, where the two roads meet. So literally, we're to the behind us here is Dilworth. On this side behind us is South End. So you have old money, new money, where it all merges together right there in the middle. So yeah, the mouth of Dilworth, at the heart of really the history, the historical part of Charlotte.
Oh, I love it. And I love
right
Charlotte.
outside of Center City.
Nice. All right, so go ahead.
So in the 90s, coincidentally, when we found this building, I told Dan, I was like, this is the building we kept driving by. It wasn't available. It was a gym.
Wait, who is Dan?
Dan is my business partner, Dan Wex.
I'm going to bring this a little closer.
We kept driving by this building and we kept seeing it. And I was like, man, that building would be perfect. But it wasn't available. And I was spending hours every day looking at property, trying to find something that he wanted to buy. And this property came up for lease. It was a CrossFit gym. The gym owner outgrew his space and he wanted to move into a different space. So I came here and literally just knocked on the door and said, hey, would you ever consider selling this property?
Wait, just a random person?
Yeah, I walked in and talked to the owner of the gym who owned the building, and I said,
you got big
it's
balls.
for lease. Would you ever consider selling it? And we had to have a conversation. That's the road we took, and so Dan put it on a contract and bought it. At the time, though, we didn't know the history of this building. So this was a CrossFit gym. Before it was CrossFit gym, it was a Napa Auto Parts store. Before that, it was Jordan Automotive. So in the early 90s, Michael Jordan's father had his auto parts and auto service store in this.
Okay, so you're telling me there were old cars and water and oil separators in here and like...
Yeah, in the 1991, I guess, whatever that time.
It does not look like that anymore, people, okay?
So it's crazy because I didn't know that, and then Dan closed on the building, and I was sitting with one of my buddies, and he showed me a photo of him in this building with Michael Jordan. And I was like, holy shit, like that's some history that we can now apply to this place. And it has somewhat of a legacy. So yeah, I mean, it was a very fortuitous coincidence, but it's cool that we're here and it's so fitting.
I think so.
The most iconic cigar smoker in the world, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Other than the
and
cigar people.
Didn't he kind of?
People.
Oh, okay. Now we're gonna get technical.
I mean, because Fuente is the most iconic cigar people in the industry, you would say, right? The legend.
I would say that they're the celebrities of the celebrities. Whenever Arnold Schwarzenegger and Johnny Depp and Sylvester Stallone are sending Carlito Fuente paraphernalia and suits from there, and they're like, Carlito, we love you, we love you. That's pretty celebrity to celebrities. So that's how you know how powerful.
In the world, everybody recognizes Michael Jordan.
Of course. So yes, you're right. We got to give you props for owning the building that Michael Jordan actually.
Maybe the next building we find is all Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Dude, we can work that out.
Gym.
We're gonna work that out. We're gonna
Maybe
work
a gym again.
It would be a gym. That's exactly. That sounds about right.
Now you come here to work out your mind,
right?
not your body,
right?
But then when you work out your mind, you do work out your body.
Okay, I like it.
Because it's mentally, you need the mental capacity to be able to handle the physical, right?
Yeah, because you definitely have to be like somewhat mental capacity to be able to handle the people that live or work or even enjoy cigars and enjoy cigars for sure. All right, so you've got this building, and then how did you and Dan meet?
So I was working at a different whiskey bar that had a little cigar room in it.
Okay.
He was one of my best customers.
Oh, nice.
And when I left that place, him and I sat down and we started comparing notes and what I wanted to do in the cigar industry and build. And he shared the same vision, and it all came together.
You shared a vision?
Yeah.
It's weird.
I shared mine with him, and he shared his, and we connected, and that's how we came together.
And were you smoking a cigar during this connection?
Always smoking a cigar.
And is that what brought you together?
The cigars, yeah.
Oh my God, isn't that amazing?
I would say some of the best friends I've ever made, in general, not just in the cigar industry. My best friend I met in a cigar store.
Okay, so can you ever say that you have met some of the weirdest friends also enjoying a cigar?
Tonight.
Oh my God. All right, speaking of tonight, I got invited to this wonderful, actually the beginning of a huge festival that's going to happen all weekend long. And I'm super stoked. I will be back tomorrow because I'm going to stalk you all weekend. But how about you let us know what's going on tonight so that in case somebody is watching from Charlotte, they can actually join you this weekend. And can they join you this weekend?
Of course.
Okay.
So tonight we had the pre-festivities of the festival, where we had Justo y Roa here. We did a paella dinner.
Yeah.
Justo and I prepared earlier today.
But that wasn't the only guy you had here. There was lots of.
Well, I mean, all these other celebrities just kind of just showed up.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah.
How much of a celebrity are you?
I guess I don't know. I don't have like a couple hundred followers. I don't have that many. I have a few more than Damon.
Oh my God, Damon! We love Damon.
Like, I don't know. Maybe I'll get more after tonight.
Okay. We're gonna work on that. I'm gonna help you out with that.
But I mean, no.
Did you just blush? I think you
maybe
blushed.
I did. So we had Justo here. He's here still, hanging out. We had a pairing of Spanish
Now tell
wine.
us. Wait, first of all, who Justo?
Justo y Roa is the brand owner, cigar manufacturer, Aldino Cigars.
Okay.
Family legend, tobacco family, right?
Yeah.
Everybody that knows the Roa family should know Aldino Cigars, at least his brother Christian. But Justo's been a great friend of mine since I've gotten to know him a little bit.
Nice.
He's a good guy, and he makes really good cigars, and that's what we had tonight. We had that paired with paella, Spanish red wine. We had Angel's Envy.
The Angel's Envy. So this is what we're still drinking tonight,
So we
which is
did
pretty
this,
good.
and then highlight of
Now
the trees.
what I really loved was the lady that you actually had share the information about the Angel's Envy and the information that she brought. You guys didn't just offer a drink. You guys paired it well with the cigars.
Yeah.
And then she also gave a great background, which is educational. Again, like I said, this is super important, I think, for all of cigar lounges to be able to offer. And she did a great job. And actually, it wasn't even her job.
No. She was filling in for our, so one of our bartenders is the Angel's Envy brand ambassador, Larissa.
Oh, okay.
She works with us, and she's actually on vacation.
Okay.
So because we had to move this event,
Gotcha.
and therefore Darcy,
Hurricane.
she is our social media marketing manager, events coordinator,
Nice.
all in one.
Okay,
So
I
she
got it.
filled in
Yeah.
for
We're going to be in touch.
for Larissa with the Angels Envy. She did a great job.
She did do a great job. I agree completely.
She's actually someone who started working here day one, who never had smoked any cigars, and who's now absorbed so much knowledge and has created her own ladies' night. She does every other month.
Wow, I love
Here.
that.
She just did a
I'm going to be there
she
for
did
ladies' night then.
a potting. So you know those, what are those succulent plants?
No.
So she you build your own plant in a cigar box. So
I've never heard of
It was
this.
a ladies' event. We did it a few weeks ago. So you got a flight of whiskey, a cigar, and you got to build your own plant.
So do you do that with a
In a
flight
cigar
of whiskey and a cigar, but you don't do it with like
So you take
soil?
Yeah, you take used cigar boxes, you drill a few holes, and then you put soil in it, and then it's the succulent plants.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
I'll
love
show
that.
you. We have one up front that she left as a display.
All right, I'm getting into that. I
So
love
that
it.
was really cool. So she does all the ladies events. Every other month she has a different type of ladies.
Now, does she
cigar
know
driven
how to accept ladies, get them, inviting them in? Does she also know how to share a certain cigar with ladies that maybe never smoked a cigar?
Yes.
And
It's
what-
all about creating a non-intimidating, comfortable environment. So we host it in the private lounge. So I remember the first ladies night we didn't know what to expect. So we actually did it up front. No ladies came, it was all dudes. So we're like, all right, so we're gonna
Because
do this again.
ladies' nights means like
Yeah.
dudes are gonna like all join in.
The private lounge, and then we started getting 10, 15, 20, and we've gotten as much as 30. And we've done different types of things over the course of the year.
So now it's only ladies and dudes are now no longer invited.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So
We do that
now,
once every other month.
so okay, I don't know if I'm gonna come to ladies' nights if I can't meet a dude. I'm just kidding. No, that's awesome. I think that's fantastic.
There it is.
Oh my goodness.
That was the Halloween one.
Wait, come here, Damon. Come here and say hi. So,
Hey, how y'all doing?
Here
I
we-
just came in for a
No.
hot second to drop this off.
no, anyways, that's Damon, you guys. If you guys don't know, Charlotte Cigar Week, the man of the cigar. Absolutely. You can borrow my lighter all day long. But let me light it for you. Oh, good God. It's a freaking good God. Okay. Here we go. Dab it off, baby. Dab it off. DuPont. The DuPont. All right. You know
So,
what? In that
yeah.
situation, how?
That's who did the
Let me ask you a quick question. So that's pretty cool. So you guys see that? So they do these little pots and plants and
That
out
was
of
really
a cigar.
fun.
That's super sweet. I love it. That's fantastic. All right. So first of all, let me ask you a quick question.
Okay.
How is that cigar treating you?
It's really good.
And what is it again?
This is the Opus X Eye of the Shark.
Oh, baby.
A friend of mine gave me this.
Well, you are one lucky man. I mean, I might have given you one of those too.
You did
I did. What did I give you? I can't remember.
that, the classic, which is my
Oh.
favorite, the Chateau. Although
That's the only reason why he let me come here tonight.
the Fuente,
Yeah?
the Casa Fuente. So one of my bucket list items was to smoke a Casa Fuente at Casa Fuente
Yeah.
and have the
In Las
blood
Vegas?
orange. Yeah, have the blood orange mojito.
Yeah.
Orange mojito. So I
Yes.
was able to do that on my birthday this year at PCA, which was awesome.
Oh my God.
That's really
Well,
cool.
big
That was
shout
great.
outs to what is it? Gold chains. Mike Gold Chains. I think that's what they call him. I'm sorry, Mike, but I love you. But still, Mike Gold Chains. Love him, and yeah, that's exactly where I got my lighter. Actually, this when I went to the PCA this year, he hooked me up, and we had a great talk and hung out. And this is by Keith Parks. I'm sorry. So we love him as well. But all right, so now we're on to the event.
All right, so we did that
You
tonight.
girls, yes. Now let's talk about the people that you actually invited here tonight.
All right, so this is kind of how it all came together. I was at PCA last year. We did a Habanos style Cuban cigar festival, and Cuba's great, right?
Okay.
It's the founding fathers of tobacco and all that history. But
They're
really,
not actually as great as Dominican right now,
Sure.
but okay.
I wanted to really focus on the pioneers of the cigar boom in America. So we went back and we were like, how do we do this? And I said, we need representation from Dominican Republic, we need representation from Nicaragua, we need
Okay.
representation from Honduras.
Now wait, first of all, you're making this event, and it's a 3-day event, right? A 3-day event. So I know you're wanting to bring representation, but is it mainly an event to be able to just bring everybody together?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is how it all happened.
Okay.
So I'm at PCA thinking about the festival, and we wanted this annually in the fall, every year, here on out.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went to Huso, and I said, Huso, I really want to do this event. This is what I want to do with you with the paella. I've seen you do it in the past. Can we do it?
Paella was fantastic,
And
by the
let's
way.
do it on Friday night. You headline Friday night, and you lead in a Saturday. And then I'm going to put together, it's like, hell yeah, let's do it. So
Nice.
that was one commitment. So then I left. I went to Placencia, and I said, hey, on my rep, I was like, Placencia, we sell a lot of Placencia here. Let's do it. Have you represent Nicaragua?
Yeah.
So I was like, hell yeah, they're committed. And then I was like, all right, I need someone to bring the social capital, is the word we use. And so I was like, Michael Hercules. We do so great with Ferrotego here.
Yeah.
And I was like, Michael, would you do me a favor?
And what a dapper guy to
Yeah,
have.
he's the best dressed guy in this ranch.
I know.
So I was like, would you do me a favor and please come to this event and be a part of it as Ferrotego? And he was like, yes, hell yes, let's do it. And then who do you have on the Dominican side? And I said, I don't know yet. And he goes, well, how about Quesada? So we threw in Quesada, so now we have representation from DR, Nicaragua, and Honduras. And we have one brand that represents all 3 countries.
Nice.
And so then I was like, man, like, I love Rainier Lorenzo.
Yes.
We need one.
Another dapper guy. I'm not gonna lie. He may not be best dressed, but he's definitely
He's the dapper man.
he definitely lives with
So I
hot
was like,
stuff.
we need a popular boutique guy that will do well And so I was like, Rainier, will you please be a part of this? And he's like, hell yeah, let's go. So that's kind of how it all came together. So moving forward, it will have the same format. We may do different brands, but then we were able to bring everyone together, and it worked out with canceling it, 2 weeks ago. Everyone still, it all worked out.
I think that's the cigar
better
industry
in
for
2
you right
weeks.
there.
Everybody was like, we're going to be there. Even Michael.
Yeah.
Up until last week, he didn't. He's like, I can't make it. And then he's like, fuck it, I'm going to be there. Oh, I didn't know we cuss on your show.
No, but I think I love
He literally
it.
called. He's like, fuck it, I'm going to be there.
I love it. I think that's so awesome that he's
that's kind of how it all came together,
because
right?
but you're right. Actually, you're very, very right, and I think that you do have some strings to pull, obviously, because that man has got to be super busy.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's got so much stuff going on because he is such a dapper guy.
Yeah.
So to have him just be able to change his plans and be like, hey, I'm gonna come in and go ahead and do it.
So tomorrow, so tonight's precursor tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna have representation of all 5 brands.
Yeah.
The ticket is $75. You get 5 cigars, 1 from each brand, and a drink. We've created a craft cocktail menu just for tomorrow, and then we have different spirit tastings at different hours throughout the day.
Nice.
So that's what's happening tomorrow. Rainier will be
And
here.
what time does it start? What time is it in?
12 when we open until we decide that we want to end it. We close at midnight.
So if they don't want to end at midnight, they will be here overtime.
Well, we can't be too late though because that Sunday, this Sunday,
you got to start all over again.
Brunch with my none other than my friend Rainier.
Oh, well, let's bring Rainier in here real quick.
That was the round out. Like, how do we round out the weekend? Well, everybody's got to go to brunch. Like, after this weekend, let's go. Let's have Rainier come in and let's do this brunch. And that seems
right.
Like, oh yeah, let's go. So, with that, my friend Rainier.
Yeah, let's bring him in here real quick. Let him say hi. Come here, Rainier. Hurry up. You're wasting our time. Come on, man. Oh, yeah. What is that lighter that you have? Oh, my goodness. That's almost as big as mine. All right. So, hold on 1 second. You're going to have to scoot a little closer. There you go. There you go. There we go. All right. Thank you.
You look better than me.
I know. Look, I'm not going to lie. He's very handsome.
I tried to pretend to be him, but it didn't work out.
Hi, guys. How are you? Thank you for having me on your show.
Oh, my God. Thank you so much for being here. It's been awesome to be able to just get to see you again. I saw you at PCA. Yeah. I mean, you're one of the best looking guys out there. So I definitely was like, that guy. He stands out. He stands out in the crowd. Not going to lie.
I'll say this.
Okay.
Him and I are become soul brothers. Let me tell you why. Last year, I wanted to do an event at HBC. And at the time, he had a different broker. I called him. I said, hey, I really want to do this HBC event for Derby Day.
Oh, fun.
He just had a baby.
Aw, congratulations. That's got to be a damn good-looking baby.
That one with the Kentucky Derby. That was a great event.
Was amazing.
We love it. I'm from the South, so I know the Kentucky Derby. I got big hats, okay? Big hats.
He came here on the 10th, right? And then I think 5 days later, I had my son.
Oh, congratulations. Awesome. Oh, that's so awesome. So what are you having right now?
I'm having right now old-fashioned.
Now, the old-fashioned was made in-house?
Yes.
And
I know, but they make really good fashion here. I know that when I come here, I almost every time I drink old-fashioned here.
So Vintage Whiskey and Cigar Bar, you guys, if you're just like tuning in right now, this is the place to be. And there's definitely talented people here, people who know the cigars, people who also know how to make drinks. And also they're going to have a huge weekend this weekend. So if you're in town, definitely show up and meet all these guys, great guys that are actually manufacturers, and along with.
I think it's going to be a great weekend, you know?
I do too.
First time myself here with you guys, they said probably 500 people will show up.
Nice.
Saturday, tomorrow.
Holy crap. Are you going to, and you have that many seats for everybody?
Hopefully they don't all come at the same time.
And but wait. I have been here during the day. Tonight was a little bit chilly, but I know during the day when I came here, you have a beautiful outdoor patio area.
Yeah. That was one of the features that we wanted to have. This indoor-outdoor space, that open air, fresh air, with great ventilation inside, but the ability to be able to congregate indoor, outdoor. Most of the time of the year, we have really good weather for the most part.
Yeah.
But be able to have a space like that And that was an important factor because a lot of places are really closed in and they don't have outdoor features, but they just worked out well.
Yeah. No, I thought it was amazing, actually. That was one of the highlights. I mean, I'm from Florida, so I tend to think that everywhere is warm all the time, although I'm going to be cultured shocked this winter, but I'm gonna deal with it. So but I was acclimate. Oh, I've already bought like 5,000 sweaters. Trust me, I went shopping and I was like,
because during the day it'll be hot and warm. You need to layer up.
That's what I heard.
And then in the nighttime it'll be 30 degrees.
Yeah, so I heard that, okay, so in Tennessee, in Nashville, we say if you don't like the weather today, stay another day and it'll change.
Okay.
But in North Carolina, apparently, it's like you're going to experience all 4 seasons in one day. I was, see, you got it.
I'm from here. I was born here.
Well, that's awesome. I really love the Southern, but you don't have a Southern accent quite like.
Well, English was my second language, technically. I was born in a Greek family of immigrants.
Okay.
And so I learned Greek first and then English. So I didn't really, a lot of people think I'm from the north.
Okay. Well, I like it.
I can say things.
Well, that's why that's why Damon had to actually teach me about how to say your name.
What's the word? Cornbread.
Cornbread.
Yeah. You know what cornbread is?
Yes.
Cornbread
I know what cornbread is, but I don't know what it is. And grits.
My wife made grits. This is a funny story. So,
Oh my God.
Jeff Amendola Family Cigars.
Wait, Jeffrey's here though.
Yeah, so this guy.
Is Jeffrey going to come in and say hi?
Yeah, I'll tell the story when he comes on. This is a funny story.
Okay.
About grits.
All right, come on, Jeffrey. You got to come say hi so he can tell you the story. You're going to have to take a seat down at the bottom. I don't know. Maybe you just sit on his lap. There you go.
Jeff came in town for an event.
Yeah, all these guys have.
So let me tell you about Jeff here, man.
Okay.
So Jeff was rolling for a Father's Day event for Hublot with us at Diamonds Direct, and then he rolled for Bulgari, Cologne, and even Marcus. So he stayed in my house. My wife was going to make grits, breakfast, and all that stuff. She made grits. Jeff's like, I've never had grits before. I was like, Jeff,
never had it.
have you ever had polenta? He said it tastes like polenta.
I know what polenta
And then
is.
he's like, yeah. I was like, it's fucking grits. Polenta is grits with less butter and a little bit of salt, and it's just cooked longer. People don't realize that.
Yeah.
I've never had grits.
I got to
before.
ask you, how
But
do
it's
you?
polenta. It's the same thing.
But how do you make your grits? Because
You have to slow cook it, right?
I've kind of been trying to figure out how to make grits.
Corn.
I'll
I
tell
mean-
you the secret recipe. So I grew up in a restaurant house my dad was a restaurateur for 50 years.
Uh-huh.
So how do you make grits? You put the hot water on the stove. You bring it to a boil. You drop in butter.
Mm-hmm.
You let that
Butter.
dissipate into the
Anything
into the
in
water.
Southern is butter.
The real butter, not the fake butter.
Okay.
Margarine or whatever.
Real butter.
I use olive oil butter,
You add
but
a little
okay.
bit of salt, and then you throw in the grits, and you have to stir slow. You bring it down to something. You stir slow. You keep stirring until your arm falls off, and then it just simmers. And so it's a 45-minute hour process if you do it right, or else it's too gritty.
You mean the instant grits don't count? Oh my God, I've been
I
eating
was
instant.
impressed though by the grits. You weren't making it. They were good. It was good. And what did we have? It was grits and.
We make our own biscuits too, man.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you had homemade
Good. I had
biscuits.
Homemade biscuits, homemade grits, baking. And
You
fruit.
are now
Fruit.
Southern.
And fruit.
You are like literally. You need to be like.
I'm Southern Italian.
Yeah. So
That
That's
is
the story.
that is a God gift right there.
said that he's drinking an old fashioned, and so shout out to Old Fashioned Week,
Yeah.
which is this week, right?
Oh, yeah?
So Elijah Craig Old Fashioned Week is this week. So we make our house old fashioned with Elijah Craig.
Wow.
So this is
Nice.
Old Fashioned Week is this week until next week.
Oh, I love that. That's
Thank
fantastic.
you.
But I'm having angel's envy. So why did you do that to me?
Because
I'm
you
just
said-
kidding.
you said you wanted something to go with your old
I didn't
success.
say I wanted anything, man. Come on.
What are you drinking? Angel's Envy?
You
And
said
just-
you wanted something to go with your old success.
I mean, you know what? And that's the thing. You're right. I wanted something to go with my Opus X. And what happened was is that the girl here, actually, it was not you. It was your, the person that actually works for you, which is fantastic. I find that totally, amazing that you can actually have somebody that is intelligent enough, elegant enough to be able to provide something that is actually going to pair nicely with a cigar and understand in balance. Yeah, absolutely. And
Flavor and balance.
yeah, it really does.
Finish in the mouth.
So then I'm like, okay,
Can I,
balm
Can you
flavor.
please come back and say that?
Yeah.
Come here.
Come back and say that.
Like what?
Describe your cigar.
It's a beautiful cigar.
You can say, look, this we are past the hour.
What do you want me to say that?
Clean finish on the mouth.
Yes, clean finish on the mouth.
Yeah.
I don't think people, how can you describe that?
This is why I do this.
This is real. Like, what are you looking for in a cigar? I'm looking for flavor, balance,
Yes.
structure, and clean finish.
I call it
The
harmonious.
clean finish for me is something
Yeah.
like always I want to have my mouth fresh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like fresh. When I put things I put out, I want to have that in my mouth, like the clean finish. I don't want to oh my God.
On your palate. And so when you go home, are you clean finished too?
That cigar right there, the broadleaf. was
Oh, that's a broadleaf? I
my
love
number 3
that.
Cigar of the year last year. Every year, I rate top 10 cigars of the year for me that are new to me, new to the year, and that was my number 3. Do you know what my number 1 was? The HPC 10th anniversary. And right now, the HBC selection number 1, Corona Gorda, is my number 1 cigar of the year right now. so far.
Wow.
But we got 2 months more to go.
So do you think that you can make a Cigar Aficionado magazine yourself?
On the cover? That's my goal one day.
I know, but do you think that you could just create the whole like number 1, number 2, number? Do you think that
Probably.
Okay, I like you more.
Always,
I'm liking you more and more.
At the end of the day, because you gotta respect the freedom and the palate of people, right?
Mhm.
Like everybody has a different palate, and everybody loves whatever they want to love. Like, what do you want to grow, bro? You want to like.
All these cigar
That's
people
Damon, by the way. Damon
All these cigar people here, nobody has a lighter. It's like PCL over.
I'm glad I brought 2 of them. Okay, let me go ahead and give a shout out to Davidal, or not Davidal, I'm sorry, SC DuPont. So thank you guys. And
It's a beautiful piece, though.
it is a beautiful
love the
piece.
pink.
Look at that. They
It's
actually
nice.
produced this just for us girls. So this is actually
Oh,
not.
really?
Yeah, this is not going to be available until 2023.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's a blade flame. It's a beautiful flame.
That's the mega
Nice.
finish.
Yep. And then you got the double cutter. You know, you got the
Sparkle. I like it.
right.
Not for me, but I think it's nice.
I know, right? Who wouldn't want sparkle except for you?
Maybe they would. I've been trying to convince DuPont to do a gold one
Oh,
because they only have black chrome.
when I go there in February, I will be sure to tell
make a
them.
gold one.
I will. I
And
will
the
tell
colors,
them.
they don't have many colors.
That's true,
They only
actually.
have 2 or 3 colors, standard colors.
Did you
They
see?
did a blue one. I want to see a gold one, then I'll buy it.
Did you see their lighter that they had there at the PCA? The one that was it was a roulette. It was
Yeah.
made for PCA Las Vegas, and it actually was a roulette. Like it, yeah, it was literally almost the. It had so many pieces inside of it that it was almost like a watch.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and it
Yeah,
was. And it was $50,000. Now it wasn't the $5.5 million that El Septimo had, but you know we can decide.
Yeah,
what
the
we-
comments always, I mean, like they are world class.
Exactly.
Talking about like they are right at the top of the game. I wouldn't
Right.
call it like that.
Well, I do love them, and of course they've made a lot of cigars for. Cigar lighters for Fuente and for other companies that are pretty, distinguished.
Beautiful things. Yeah, beautiful
Absolutely, and it's
Perfect
amazing.
gift collection. I have one. The perfect thing is awesome.
All right, so speaking of this, so you're a manufacturer. You've come here to this event. What is something that you really appreciate about retailers bringing you to these events or inviting you to these events? And what is it that you really want retailers to know about your product?
I mean, always for us, it's like it's like how it's like a family thing, right? Like when I say a family thing, it's like how can we be in the basis every day in communication, like for us to explain themselves what do we do, they can translate it to the consumers. But on the other time, like for us to come here to do these events, it's like to meet the people. Because like Alino Fuentes said, it's always about the people.
Yes.
So like it's always about the people, like the community.
You won
the
my
people,
brownie points.
The people that support us, the people that support the industry, right? So in the end of the day, people will see the cigar industry as a big thing, but really when you are inside, it's not really nice. It's really small.
Mm-hmm.
So and everybody know everybody. So for every people that will come out tomorrow here to support the show, it's unbelievable to me and to him and to everybody that will come here.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with that. And I think that is super important that you guys are here as well. I mean, it's really a lot of fun too. And I think that, when you're here, and also you spent some time in the humidor. I actually met you in the humidor. What were you doing in there?
I mean, I just was looking at the humidor to see how they do the humidor because remember, this is a new cigar shop here. So I've been here the last time was a couple years ago.
No, in May last year.
In May last year and before that was when we started doing business with that, right? So I say these guys, when a new cigar shop come out, you want to see how they doing things, right?
Okay.
Like always me, when I go to whatever cigar shop, I like to walk the humidor to see how they do things there.
Yeah.
And always it's a passion, it's a love, right?
Yeah.
So right now they do it better than ever, and it's a beautiful cigar lounge here.
All right. So is there anything that when you walk, do you pick certain cigar lounges that you want to put your cigars in? Are you picky about that?
I mean, we are really most when I call it true cigar lounge, it's new cigars. Like I want to make sure you are. I mean, we don't sell cigars. I mean, it's you can do something, whatever, in the freedom, whatever you have the choice to do, whatever you want, right?
Right.
So as an HBC owner, so I want to make sure my cigars represent. We're doing just premium cigars, right? So I want to have all representation in just premium cigar shops. When I call it premium cigar shops, there's a cigar that make sure they got a beautiful humidor. The cigar is well presented.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Now, do you ever work on the faces of your cigars, or do you just allow them to put your cigars at any?
I mean, always we try to pitch them how they display, but at the end of the day, I'm not a cigar shop owner.
Okay.
So the cigar owners, the shop owners, they have the luxury to put the cigars how they want to display in the shop.
Now I have to ask him if he liked the way I displayed his cigar.
I know, right? I mean, we're getting there. You're being put in the hot seat.
I don't know a cigar shop. So
Oh my goodness, I love it. I love it. This is fantastic. So tonight, you had multiple manufacturers here. How do you feel about being in a festival with multiple manufacturers? Because, and the only reason I say this is because recently I've experienced a meeting where multiple retailers have actually been in a same meeting where they could be in Charlotte Cigar Week by Damon, and maybe they don't want to be in the same festival or the same thing with them. So why is it that it might be more advantageous for you as a manufacturer, which I think is great because everybody's going to smoke something different, versus a retailer that would be, maybe they could still be in the same, festival, but not, they're different retailers.
I mean, in the end of the day, it's a family in the cigar business.
I
No
agree.
matter what, it's a beautiful thing. You say we're here doing tonight's event for Latino cigars. So we're here supporting him. So Amandola was with me in a show.
Yeah.
The day before it was a beautiful scene too. In the end of the day, I say it's a beautiful scene to see family. It's the same at the PCA, right? When we go to the PCA, we go to the TP.
Yep.
So you have every manufacturer there. It's beautiful to me.
I
Like
agree.
we come together, we can do this multi-vendor show, and like you say, they got the freedom to choose whatever they want because that's what American is about, right?
Yeah.
So it would be so boring if you gotta tell me I remember I'm from Cuba, so right, so like in Cuba they teach you what you want to eat, what do you want. Don't tell me that. I don't want that. Let me choose. Let me the freedom to have whatever I want. So in America we have the luxury. So
Okay, so being from Cuba, I got one little awkward question. I don't know if it's going to be the same, but Hamlet from Rocky Patel Cigars.
For Rocky Patel, great friend of mine.
Is he really the poster child of cigars in Cuba?
I mean, he's a great guy with a lot of talent.
Yeah.
I mean, remember, he was a roller.
Yeah.
but they're in Cuba, so he's the guy with a lot of experience, and he know what he's doing. And he's a great friend of mine. I love him.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
all love him. But I just wondered if he's like really that poster child that like they talk about.
We are a different generation, remember? So like
Okay.
when I left Cuba in 2008.
Oh, you're younger than him? Are you younger?
I met him.
Harder?
I met him when I was here in America.
Cool.
So that's how I met him here.
Oh, dang. So I thought you actually
Because
was.
remember, when I was in Cuba, I was not in cigar business. I was in medical school.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I was.
You're a doctor?
Yeah, I was in medical school, and I left in my first year.
And you didn't stay in the country and try to help your own people?
No, I mean,
For $50 a month? No.
Things change, and you want to do what you want to do, right? I was looking for freedom. So I said, you know what, this is the thing I don't want to do. So I came here to the United States and live in the dream.
Well, I
What was
love
your
it.
Doctor? What was your medical school? What did you want to be? What kind of doctor?
You know, that's funny. I was just in my first year, and I was not figured out what kind of doctor I wanted to be.
Really?
Yeah. Actually, I followed the truth because my family,
Why
I came
did
from
you-
family doctors, my sister, my brothers,
Okay.
they were doctors back then in Cuba. And I said, well, I want to follow them and be a doctor. So in my first year, but my family wasn't even here already for 20 years. So that's when I decided, hey, it's time to go, it's time to go.
All right. So now, actually, coming from a doctor, which I came from a medical industry. So coming from the medical industry, do you feel like this has actually had an enhancement on the fact that you can make great cigars?
I mean, I remember when I was a child, I think I always liked the entrepreneur. That was my thing. The thing that I was in medical school was most of the thing that followed my family because my brother and sister were doctors. I want to follow that.
But the science behind it.
I mean, I like that and I love it.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good thing for the world.
Nice.
You have a great doctors, people behind, they know what they're doing. But the thing that it's a big change from medical school to making cigars. It's like you have a gift that's inside you, right? And you want to follow that and just you go with it.
All right. So going based on what he said, or based on where he got inspiration from, what would be one of your big inspirations in the tobacco industry?
So when I started smoking cigars, 18, I didn't really know a lot. I started learning more or less when I got 20, and I started hanging out at the cigar shop and kind of really just going into it and reading all the books, the magazines, trying this cigar, that cigar, etc. And I think my inspiration is the ability to be able to bring people together,
Yeah.
whether it be for business or for social or connecting. So one of the phrases that we adopted here was cut, light, connect.
What?
That's kind of our
Cut,
marketing.
light, connect. I
So
love
one thing
it.
that we all do here, the members, the employees, everybody talks about how you cut, light, connect. And I've been able to really develop a culture that appreciates the cigar industry and the spirit industry now, but to connect and whether it's
Beautiful.
business,
It's a beautiful community. It's a beautiful thing.
etc. Yeah.
And right now we got a man on the show.
The man,
Oh, yeah.
the man of the night.
The man of the night. Houston,
Please.
come say hi. There's all these beautiful people.
The man of the night.
Hey, Rainier, how are you? Hey, great. Actually, it's the first time I get to meet you in person. This is
Right?
pretty awesome.
No,
yes.
no. Wait, we met last night. Don't get
Yeah. But virtual last night. Yes.
I think we met before at PCA
Yeah,
or something.
PCA, we crossed paths, but we never got to say
Hey,
hello.
you know when
I
you
mean,
get to, when you get to the
with-
circle bar, you just
not only that,
it's all everything just goes up in
then
the air
you
at
have
that
like an
point.
entourage, and so it's hard to get to.
I
all
have
that.
an
All the-
entourage?
it's hard to get to that crowd.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
So
Giannis, thank you so much for having us.
yeah,
on.
so let's hear about first of all, introduce yourself so everybody kind of knows who you are first of all, and then also like let us know what are you bringing to the table, because we all know what you're bringing to the table, but they might not know.
Hey, everybody. So I'm Justo Aurora from Latino Cigars. We've been in the cigar business for many, many years. We're one of the pioneers in developing tobacco growing in Central America. My dad is one of those pioneers that started
Yeah, I heard you hang out with Carlito Fuente.
Well, we everybody in the cigar industry is super close.
Yes.
I mean,
Isn't that a great thing?
It is, and it's really actually a really good family business because, I mean, like we were telling. I remember picking up Carlitos at the airport when he was a young man, and when Carlos came over, and also, the Plasencia family used to live across our street in Cuba, and now they're in Honduras too, and everybody gets along really, really well. Rocky, we're close, and it's great. It's a very family-oriented industry, and everybody.
Do you think that you could have done this and been that great without the family around?
Well, everything that you need to do to be successful, whether it's your family, your friends, you got to have people around you that support you.
Yeah.
So it's a hard road. We were extremely successful with the Camacho brand, and now coming out with the new Aladino brand, it's a hard road out there to get the brands to be known. But when you have product that that people like, once they try it, the cigar by itself does the work.
Now, who is the guy? I believe he is a football guy that did Camacho with you.
Way back then,
Yes.
we had a bunch of them. That's a question probably for my brother, because my brother Christian is the one that I always was.
Ditka. Yes, Mike Ditka.
Yes,
So I
yes.
sold him about $1,200 worth of cigars one day, and
I'm pretty sure you can sell a lot of cigars.
and then I can sell a lot of cigars. You're exactly right. But I actually sat down and sold him all these cigars. I was like, you need this one, you need that one, you need this one, you need that one. He didn't buy Camacho. But now here's what he did. He wrote a check. That was literally
Last week.
last week. Like literally 3 years ago, whenever I was in Naples, Florida, living there.
And
So
I heard you actually abandoned us. You got scared of the hurricane.
I mean,
Oh, this is a big.
I've been through
beautiful
one
place to be
hurricane.
in.
I'm not gonna. I learned my lesson. I'm not gonna go
Last
through
time I was in a hurricane, I was totally without power, and it's tough. It's rough.
It is. It's
And,
super
we
tough.
feel super bad for everybody that's going
Yes.
through there.
Yes. Definitely.
And,
Sending
I
our
gotta
love.
tell you, our governor's been fantastic. He's got the whole place.
Oh,
He
absolutely.
is the best.
Yeah. Well, and then they send everything down there. I mean, they're doing. You know what? Naples is a winner. Fort Myers is a winner. They definitely know how to get back up and get back on their feet and make everything
Florida strong.
exactly.
Yeah.
They are strong. They don't even need a lot of our help. They definitely know how to get through it. So bless their hearts, and thank you guys for doing all of that too. But at the same time, Camacho, Davidoff, what's the deal? What happened?
Back in 2008, we were probably one of the most prominent brands in the industry, and we've been known for our Corojo for many, many years. And there's an opportunity that presented to itself that we would keep growing tobacco for them, and at the same time, the opportunity for them to acquire the operation, and that's what happened. Sometimes opportunities present themselves, and it was the right time to do the move. So that's what happened. I wasn't in that deal, but it was more my father and my brother. But that's the way it went out. And then we had a non-compete for a while, and then I came with my father back in 2016, and we partnered up to build a new brand, which is Aladino.
Okay, awesome. I like it. And then Aladino actually has a Cameroon wrapper, as I hear.
Well, Aladino started first with 100% Corojo. That's what
Which I might be a little bit, I'm not really sure how I feel about.
Trust me. You know what? Everybody that smokes it is a believer.
All right.
Everybody says, hey, nobody could grow tobacco out of Cuba. Now we get the best Corojo.
Okay, well, then now I'm going to ask you, what's your favorite online show on the internet for cigar industry? You better get it right.
Show in the cigar industry. You're putting me on the spot.
I am. It's called the Hot Spot.
It's the Hot Spot. Okay, the Hot Spot.
And where is the Hot Spot found?
It's too much internet.
I gotta
I'm
teach
getting.
you.
I'm gonna get an
The
Netflix.
Fluid-
Learning the internet.
The
I'm still
Fluid-
learning the internet. I don't watch.
It's the
Dude,
Fluid
you gotta understand.
America.
You saw I have an Instagram account. I have 0 posts and nothing. My daughter's the one that runs.
But
all
you
this.
know the Fuente and Merrifield Meet the Professor show, right?
The which one?
The Fuente and Merrifield Meet the Professor show.
I've not met. I haven't seen. I'm really bad. When it
You
comes
are
to
bad.
Yeah.
He's
I'm
bad.
very old school. We use Facebook. My generation uses Facebook.
Yeah.
On MySpace.
MySpace. I
Oh
have no
my
idea
God.
what that is.
Well, okay, guys, listen, it has come to an end. I love it. These guys have been so fantastic, and I am so grateful to be here. Thank you for inviting me. Well, thank you for.
For young people. I don't know.
No, I'm gonna make you watch that show. I'm gonna like glue your eyes to it, make you use an Oculus, and tape it to your face so that you're gonna be watching.
Well, you
all
got
of it.
yourself a deal. You send me the link and I'll watch it.
Yay!
And I'll educate myself.
Shout out to Melanie Cisco.
Aw, thank you.
Shout out to Justo Aladino.
Yep.
Rainier with HBC.
Yep.
Come here, Damon. Come here.
Michael
Oh, and Mr. Damon over here.
Oh, Michael Herclux is going to be here. Damon, come in and say hi. So if you guys don't know, Charlotte Cigar Week,
David Robinson.
this guy has given me so much opportunity. Well, first of all, I got to give a big shout out to Damon because Damon
You gotta
has
get in.
given
You're
me
not in. You're there. Yeah.
Damon has given me so much opportunity. First of all, he is definitely the one that introduced me, definitely gave me the opportunity to come here and be with you guys, introduced me to you as
Yes,
well
last night, yeah.
at Burners
At Burners, yeah.
with Joshua. And it's just been a super amazing guy to be able to bring me into Charlotte and just really acclimate me. Even I went to Tenderbox and everything else. So I love it. And I'm super, super grateful for you, Damon. Thank you. Amendola Jeffrey, yes. And shout out to this guy for being awesome. The paella was
Hey, man,
amazing.
he did a great job.
The pairing was amazing.
We should have my joints. I did feel better. Never had paella with turmeric. It is awesome. It's great.
Cooking with Justo. That was the most fun that I had cooking in a long time.
Okay, I did a cooking show with Rocky Patel, so I can totally film that. Okay,
Oh my God, we should
I'm
have
in.
filmed it today.
okay, I'm in. Yeah, Rocky. Oh, listen. When I met these guys,
This is a good idea for the next content.
absolutely.
Somebody. Yeah,
I love
cooking
you
with
making
Maria,
my
cooking.
content. Okay, I'm gonna put it
You
into
cook,
work.
you're a microwave girl.
No, I'm a videotaper.
We're gonna
So
do a cooking show at the Vintage, and we'll
yes.
have brands come in, brand people. cooking
So
with
yeah,
whoever.
I did a cooking. So whenever we were in COVID, Rocky was like, come over here and film me cooking." I'm like, "Okay." You know what I mean? Rocky's like,
What do you make?
he made well he has this Indian, what is it called, the
Oh, the pot.
the big
It's
pot
like a-
that he has.
it's like a
He
big
brought
thing,
that
yeah.
over from India,
And then you
I
just
have
heat
no
the
clue how
pot
he got it
and
here.
percolate something. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like
Kind of like a
Lucky set.
vapor. Yeah, it's like a
butter
steamer.
chicken and like it's a clay
wow.
pot.
Okay, so that
I think
must
he
be
makes
fun.
butter chicken. That's a big word in the cigar industry too, butter chicken. I don't know why people like that name, but they talk about it a lot.
Finishing them up.
Yeah, but no, he did. We did so much. I did so many videos with Rocky, and actually that got me a lot of views on there.
He's a popular guy.
He's a
Yeah.
popular guy.
Well, other than my dog, don't get me wrong, my dog is a little more popular than he is.
Everybody can have a lot of mad respect for Rocky. For what
Absolutely.
he,
He's
honestly,
actually the one that made all the manufacturers travel and work.
he
Yeah.
broke down the barrier for everyone else after to come and follow suit.
Not only that, but he is a big part of the CRA. So if you guys are not part of the CRA, you need to go check out Cigar Rights of America, because that is literally what is saving our rights to be able to smoke cigars for the rest of our lives. And he has been a big part of that, meaning like he has paid probably more than half of what the rest of the industry has paid in that situation. So bless him, and we love you, Rocky. So thank you so much. But first of all, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Shout out to the Vintage staff. They did an amazing job.
Yes, Vintage.
Great job, guys.
Shout out to the 85 cigar guy here filming and taking photos.
Yes,
Thank you
this
so
guy's
much.
awesome too. Oh my God, this has been such a delight. I'm so happy you guys are on my show, and I appreciate all of you. So this is fantastic, and I'm like getting goosebumps now. So, okay, we're going to go ahead and end this. So love you guys. Have a great night, and please be sure to join me every single Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook.com/Melanie and Cisco. And we'll see you later. Bye, guys.